Welcome to Dr. Munné, having a coffee with Dr. Munné. Happy Friday, Dr.
Happy
Munné.
Friday,
We
Adrian.
made it to another Friday. We've been having tons of rain here in the Houston area. We enjoy it because I don't have to water the plants. It's just
I
the
know.
best, the best.
And it cleans the air
And it
and your
cleans the air.
car.
Everything. So it's great. You guys can cancel your memberships on your car wash now and enjoy this beautiful rain. Thank you so much for tuning in. For everyone we're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and of course on YouTube. And we're here to bring you the best, the most relevant, and a lot of wisdom from Dr. Munné about how to take care of your teeth. And today we're going to talk about what happens if you lose a tooth.
Good question, Adrian. So I think that is very important that we give teeth importance, right? Because a lot of patients,
Yeah.
I think that they don't value their teeth. They think it's okay to lose a tooth, and there's actually a lot of consequences that can happen from losing a tooth. And I'm gonna just share a video with you guys right now, and Adrian's gonna post this, and he's the
There we
tech
go.
expert. Here we go. So the video that we're going to watch is, basically illustrates a missing tooth. And when we have a missing tooth, there's going to start having some changes because the purpose of the bone is to hold the tooth. When the tooth goes away, the bone goes away. So we're going to start seeing on the video how that bone starts shrinking. And on that process, that's going to also start producing like gum recession, bone loss on the teeth around, and the teeth are also going to move and migrate. Now, if we lose more teeth, like on the case here on your screen that you can see, there's like a lot of teeth missing, the bone's gonna actually shrink even more. And that's going to decrease your chances of being able to later on have implants or even holding your dentures, like on this patient that has already lost the teeth. And we can see that the pattern of loss, of course, is vertical, so we lose vertically, but we also will lose anterior-posteriorly, so I mean from the front to the back. So that bone is going to be shorter and thinner, and that's going to be very important when we want to replace teeth. We just watch the video, and you know, for instance, do people think that losing a tooth is it's okay? Well, right now in dentistry, that's actually one of the causes of the major expenditure. Like what's more expensive is because when you lose a tooth, the best time to replace it is right at the time that you lose a tooth, because that's when you have the more bone. And that's why we do recommend to do bone grafting and add a bone graft at the time of the extraction. If you do not replace that tooth right away, then there's going to be changes, and along the line, that's going to trigger a lot more dental problems.
Yeah. So, when you're a certain age, is there a certain age where you start having those type of, when there's more possibility to lose a tooth, Dr. Monet?
Well, I think that as time goes, of course, we accumulate more issues, but not necessarily. I think that everybody has the potential to go through their life with all their teeth and be healthy. But health is not something that you make on a day; it's a habit. So it's something that you constantly have to do. With your oral hygiene, your diet, your care, your dental appointments, your prevention to actually prevent to lose the tooth, but not necessarily because we're older we need to lose a tooth. Usually we lose teeth not because of age, but because there's a problem like decay, periodontal disease, a crack, a fracture, and those things can happen at any time. It happens on young patients, it happens on older patients.
Wow, yeah, because I mean, maybe some out there might be wondering, if I am 20 or 30 years old, I'm great. I can eat whatever I can, and I still my teeth are very strong. So I think there's a myth there because I mean it's good to take care of your teeth, but do you have to watch what you eat in order to not lose a tooth or have a lot of risk on losing a tooth?
Well, I think that diet definitely is very important for our health. And we had actually discussed that in some of our previous
Yes, yes.
chapters. We should be able to have a balanced diet, and that should not have impinge on losing our teeth. The most important thing is going to be to maintain good oral hygiene. And of course, if we eat foods that are very acidic, that might have a repercussion
Right.
on a lot of enamel wear and maybe erosion. If we have foods that are very crunchy, and you have issues with your teeth that can trigger some problems. But everybody should be able to have like a healthy balanced diet. Now remember that we have a diet that is very rich in sugars. Those are going to
Yes.
increase a lot the bacteria in
It's
our
very
mouth.
important,
So
doctor.
not
Yeah.
that you cannot have
Your sweets.
sweets here and there, but maybe they're not as healthy as when you eat some natural sweet food like fruit, or something like more in nature, or honey. But definitely it can happen, that if you eat a lot of sweets and you don't brush enough, you don't have your cleanings, then definitely that's going to have a repercussion in your teeth, and you might have like a very high index of caries, and that can cause tooth loss.
Thank you, Dr. Munné. That's being very, very helpful. So watch out what you eat, your sweets especially, and something that is very hard. For example, I love eating peanuts. Would that affect my teeth? I think a lot of people have snacks when they're at the
Mhm.
office. So
Yeah.
they have either peanuts or they have those crunchy or Fritos or any type of those that are very crunchy. So we just have to watch out, right?
Yeah,
And
but I mean, nuts are very healthy. So I'm nuts for nuts, and,
yes.
I love my nuts. But definitely like Doritos or things that are crunchy, but they're not as healthy. Maybe we can get away without those, or not that Doritos are bad. I don't have anything bad to say about the
That's right.
Doritos brand, because they're delicious. But like candy that is very like hard candy sometimes can cause a number on your teeth as well,
Right.
especially if you have teeth that had already some issues, and maybe they're not restored, and they've been restored a long time ago. You need to make sure that that's been revised by your general dentist, and that restoration is in good shape. But those teeth sometimes can cause little crack lines, so something to be
Yeah,
looking
so it
for.
does affect. Thank you so much, Dr. Monet, again for this session, for this nice Friday. And we just,
Thank
of
you,
course, we're
Adrian.
enjoying our time here with the little rain
Mhm.
outside and having a good conversation when just taking care of our teeth. So remember, it's very important. And do not forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We come here with new, fresh content, just like this batch of coffee every Friday. We try to make it every Friday. Um, but we are here to bring you all of this. And don't not forget to know more about us on Healthy Gums. Number 4, healthygumsforall.com to know more about the services we provide. To don't forget to set up a time so you can come and know Dr. Monet in person, and she's a very wise person. She will give you, and she will, root for you, and she will basically give you the best advices, like your best friend. Okay, so tune out next Friday. We'll have so much fun, and we'll talk about different aspects about now that this major event on soccer is coming. We're gonna wear our jerseys. We're gonna come and we're gonna just feel like we're having a game here. So it's gonna be so much fun. Please stay
Uh-huh.
tuned for our next Friday and see you soon.
See ya.